Mango was thrown into the air. The boy's eyes stare. A light jump, catching the ball on his chest. The ball is stopped with the back of the foot. The coach is shouting at him from outside the court, not allowing him to use any ball skills, but he doesn't listen. One-footed spins, turning and jumping and hanging. Everyone's mouth is open. The ball goes into the net perfectly. The coach called him over. He thought that the coach would criticize him again, but then the coach said,
"Do it again."
This time Pele had no more worries. The boy was back. The whole pitch became his own show. From then on, Pele played from the junior team to the youth team, from the youth team to the professional team. Every time I heard that Pele scored a goal, the father at home was happy like a child. Soon after, Pele was selected for the Brazilian national team. Both father and son were very excited, but Pele didn't expect. The coach of the national team forbade him to use Renga again, because the Brazilian team that year. It was because of Renga's skills that they lost the game. The whole country was humiliated. Not being able to play Renga, it was as if Pele's soul had been taken away from him. He didn't know how to play anymore. He missed passes on the field. He failed to steal the ball. The coach began to dislike him too. Finally Pele couldn't take it anymore. He started to use his Renga skills, but he was simply distracted. Just as he was crossing the ball, he fumbled and fell to the ground. He injured his knee badly. He became an embarrassment to the whole team. He was accused of being a bad player, but the World Cup started. The coach had no choice. He had no choice but to bring him to the field as a backup player. The Brazilian team had a very unfavorable schedule. 3 of the main players were injured and could not play against the USSR. The coach had to use a spare player. Pele finally got a chance to play, but he had no experience in this kind of competition. Before playing, he was so nervous that he vomited. He was dragged onto the field by the coach. The reporters in the audience looked at this dark and small player. They all started to laugh at it. Bailey laces up his shoes and enters the field uncomfortable. The crowd was huge. The pressure was so great that he was like a fly on the wall. He's being bumped around by the strong Soviets. He couldn't even catch a pass from his teammates. He was lost in thought. His father was anxious for him in front of the TV. He knew his son lacked confidence at the moment. Against France, he kept dribbling and missing the ball. He even pushed the other player in anger. He was mocked and accused by the audience. At the end of the first half, Pele retreated. He came over to his partner, hoping that his partner with a good foot would replace him, but his partner, who always laughed at him, but now he said,
That day back in Baru, we showed everyone that part of us. The Ginga was beautiful. That's what we need now.
Back on the field of play, he saw the determined eyes of his teammate. Bailey began to completely awaken. The gorgeous Renga dance, the small dodging and diving, and the perfect coordination of his teammates. He leaps up. The ball goes into the net from a dead angle. The crowd cheers. Brazil has made it to the final. But then everyone was silent, because the hosts, Sweden, in all aspects are too much than Brazil. It was almost a certain defeat. Press conference. The Swedish coach openly mocked the Brazilian team. They are a bunch of handicapped people. Those with missing fingers, some with long and short legs. The players got even more inferior after hearing that. Back at the hotel, Bailey saw that his teammates were down and out. He didn't eat and started to pick up the soccer.